OKFM 101.7.
Owura Dennis Miracle Aboagye aid ma former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia anosaye flag bearer de Emma Osunkuko Amanyuku MPP 2024. Yene no entwetwe enkomo. Uncle Dennis me watching.
Boko me just boss na you boko.
Boko na also
I don't know the show.
I see. Me to nka na ache na da utu kwan na.
What town they just all when chia. They are buying in for you. On for 1,000 for in answer. It's one into we shall calculate answer with you.
Ah, san we pip. They all quiet no.
Okay. We want to we am run to sell she. Don't so let you with your phone or so whatsoever. And I create so much phone or so na.
I might estimate to see as if there will be upward adjustment on the first.
I said, I'm going to be so as I just say, also, one nancy be sure, baby, I'm one nancy be sure.
Ah, not pie.
But the kick on it.
Ah, now you are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ye be in Kratem, so be our passe, will be depart in him. Now, I come at the Aboagye 2028 elections, you know, one me forms. Now, you're Bawumia, Nancy share to say.
Oh, Baba, I should say, I did back on a certain. Let me say, Dr. Bawumia, and the next few days, no, obey announce it, the way to contest the elections, and they are very certain. But say, nomination process, and I quite won't come up. You know, before I was saying, I want to turn them up. NTB and obey announcement. Not for the name of
Obefa forms in the bay.
Meant to me more the exact way. Nobody goes to say, I say, oh, you'll be the first few people on the answer. And bring us. But I'm real, you know, by the time, Kaka.
I see. Now, Mammy Musadiwi, but once other candidates be a you or Mutinum near the idea. But the M one say 2024. And now candidates no rally behind Dr. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So bet me to me. I feel we ya Sandy pay no rally behind him no. As I try say the contest be. Does it mean send woman ni name they were whipped say munko na chika na say woman who be so.
So they be so in politics there is all about ambitions. Politicians to do na quite to say police ejuma. Police ni be a police un corporate cra. The dice on it will be IGP mewa. Enti obi wo ho ene wo contest. So contest on so to on to we dey carry reading jo also be do echi on already. So contest no we win. Enti so ntimi ko campaign ma NDC candidate. Ntimi ko campaign ma CPP candidate. And I want to think say obeko independent. Nti obviously ye nyina ye be support nipa na party no apa but I don't say emrefo froba na say ye be say akopa flag barrier bi mu a nipa nti me nka say ono ankasa so be kubi. It doesn't necessarily, there is no direct connection between that and whether Owojidi or nipa ni mu anas or nijidi obi o ha na dwemu nyina na say hey politics yi baby amaya ba bedri em say me so me fe no kwa na ekono generation no eno ani nti say sambre man fa me ho ankwan kodum na ekebo wan ha na by the time Dr. Bawumia be wie ne de na me so meta metwum nti me so me ko try me luck nti try your luck there say nti I think that's basically what is happening, but there's no direct relationship between say Obi supporter in the previous elections no contesting TBA or no wasam. I know there's no direct way with that. Debut.
Nane, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. See a beam, in same copy January. Na a month for SC Adwene. Obi a wotie okayfm de unse ha de mwada romanti go 40 edien ena yen hwa nimu emfamfi who is the new Bawumia
for 2 levels.
Okay.
For the people of this country, and the New Patriotic Party are almost AD Kaya Power Frank Atun. Yanka MPP Frank Atun Sam home as a mechanic. For MPP near OTA, our name, Kase Yaba oppositioner. The dice sworn in and that's when I say, Yukuno, Ebaba, power back. No. They are here any MPP Nibia, which will be able to say, the here no, and they say, party no. Ever since to me in the 2028 elections. And one of the most important thing a da MPP ni bi so. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any nipa ene akensi e wom ene yeku na e wom no. Boni be say the biggest opportunity and I say the biggest chance to victory in 2028. Nema miensa na ejina so. Ono no ye the most prepared candidates amongst the thousands of possible candidates away a party. Dr. Bawumia is the most prepared candidate to be ready for a contest in the next 1,200 or so days against the National Democratic Congress. The entire makers are say ne uni obi kwa kensie na mo kwa prebibia. Ohwe ni pana na hoden ene ne sinto na won so dia show. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in our party today, without doubt, is the most experienced politician. Without doubt. And the experience, it comes in different several variables. Longevity, I'm not saying, and fear to do a can, but the can pans were a yen kasi mupan a year. Leveler and pempens were ye politics a jumano, our party, me on mine, monophone. Until the indicators in Abumwa, it makes him the most experienced. Say, you knew be away of frontline politics, and now we are Mampini John Dramani Muhammad Shinchen Kwa my way more. Or you're actively involved in politics today. A craft experience than Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Krano. While you're running mate for 2008 elections, 2012 elections, 2016 elections. 2020 elections, or running national level elections at the presidential level for 4 elections. There is no doubt in this country, a lot of people will tell you, the MPP successes in 2016 and 2020, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia played a very integral role in that. Since why a vice president for 2017 to 2020, I say a vice president from 2021 to 2024. At the highest level of this country's politics and governance, and the active players involved, are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. And they say John Dramani Mahama, it means that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia remains the most experienced in our body politics today at that highest level. At that highest level. The entire I keep saying at that highest level, and they say, Obi wa with deep police station executive and as a constituency executive from 1992. So
yeah.
Why from 1992 we're deep police station chairman with the electoral area with the constituency. Not some position and a secretary and a treasurer and a chairman. That person has a lot of years of experience. Yes. But now the level of politics in the it puts Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead. Because for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 16 years out of the 34 years of a Fourth Republic democracy, he has been playing the politics at the fore of the Ghanaian politics. Now, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the face of vice president my way. To the extent as we speak, and it is even becoming challenging and difficult for the current vice president to even gain as much prominence as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia had. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia brought a lot of relevance to the office of the vice president. And see, as we speak, say a party no, see a kase ye pobia why ye ready. Say obetumi are running national campaign at the presidential level. On here maybe no they are ready. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. O mine and kasanso, e kase ye pe mampeni a yefi 2028 to 2032 why you ready on here and say bia answer what prepare no that that one bibia Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Don't forget and so say ye can win. We as a political party we want a winnable candidate. Candidate obetumi yini bia obetumi agitumi aiden amaye Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. On my way say you better politics and elections not any emotions any assumptions not data any historical facts in the better in the to say Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia amongst all the people who are running and the man the better chance will be our elections. The first attempt at elections in this country was a friend saying as a candidate in this country was in 2024 elections. We have 41.7 votes. 41.7% of the votes. His first attempt. Others had done it before. They got 39%, 34%. He got 41.7%. Others have done it for the first time and gotten less.
But Obi say, our Baimu was then vice president. Now, utminya sa minimal votes na it cause to worry. And now, untis asem we bisu da.
Omampeni John Dramani Mahama no ye mampeni. So no ankasa ye omampeni in 2016 into so lose elections. Once they kwamba and we with over 1.7 million votes. That is why I'm saying say you find assumptions in Kasabium. It was already okay come up, but a assumption.
Sure.
The facts which is there for us, because when the facts are there, you don't rely on assumptions. So your assumption is right. It could be a possibility. However, there are facts. And so when the facts are available, it negates the assumption. You no longer work with the assumptions. The fact of the matter is that say an issue of say obi your mampenia be the chire donya set election we near it me a problem false because there is evidence say o mampeni nan kasakra kwa bato mani dusuye but o sanso san ko bae e be the o mampeni. Why do you think that the NDC in their wisdom refused to change a president that was a seated president, that had been an acting president, had been a vice president, and lost elections by, at the time, unprecedented 1 million votes, and yet they decided to say the yes, it was because the NDC were clear in their mind, say Obiko Abato, not say, Unya 41.7% of the voter. It means that over 41.7% of the voters in the country who have confidence in him. Nejuma Akane say, Oba convince an additional 9%. No, we didn't kunim. And see, if you are such a winnable person in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, all we need is to convince an additional 9% of the country's votes to vote for him. You don't throw him away and assume, say, Yankofa Kwame Nkrumah tikesi mbra number start. No, ye nim so ko benya 20% to, so benya 30% to, so benya 50% to, so benya 60% to. Again, the facts of the matter and the historical trends in Ghana me say apart from Omampeni John Dramani Mahama na oye acting president in 2012 Oko election for the first time we win, we've not ever had a candidate run an election for the first time in this country and won. And see, I don't know how to take it a risk, I don't know how to take it a assumption, when the present facts and data and historical way nature trend in nature say nipana wako bi pen odo na me say me my airline na makoto abama Kwame Nkrumah tikesi pen na so Kwame Nkrumah tikesi e call elections the likelihood say metumi asen ato ama no higher than say obi foforo kra na eba. Nti as a party yenimre to be able to risk and use assumptions when we have the facts facing us say all we need in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is 9% of the votes of this country, and he will be president. Then we quickly run and go and look at the trend. Now over the period, on my way, your vote pattern how is it like? Then you realize that almost all the presidents are almost all the presidents are they built on their past elections to get to the presidency. Omampeni Kofo, Oko 98, 96, when and about 2000 obenya 2000 Obama 96 no Okotia on former president Rollins no ye incumbent president Ekoye, and that was Omampeniku for first time. And as a first time he lost. Rollins winning here. And then Omampeniku came into the 2000 elections as a second time candidate. This time Obatia first time candidate Professor Tamils. Professor Tamils, as a result of being a first time candidate, lost. Omampeniku won the 2000 elections. Then Omampeniku won 2004 again. In 2008 elections, Omampeniku mbre aso. Just as Omampeni John Dramani Mahama mbre aso this elections, after this elections, no. And now MPP who being a candidate for NDC for realize that Omampeni Professor Mills and ya tone that than any BA no baby abesi our tone elections are about visibility, about image identification, about name identification. And see, almost saying repeat Professor Mills in the 2008 elections. And guess what? Because Professor Mills at that time was running for the third time against another for the candidate who is coming for the first time. Again, the electoral trends and the political science was at play. And see, Nana for being a first timer lost the 2008 elections. Professor Mills won the 2008 elections. Then Nana Akufo-Addo now counts back into the elections. How many times? 2012, 2008 he lost, 2012 he lost, then 2016 on the third attempt he won the elections. Why did the MPP repeat on Akufo-Addo? Because the MPP was very clear in their minds all that period. Say, see, I can say yes, son, another Akufo-Addo. They say, yeah, train him because at any point in time, the candidate for Bebano now or constate free zero. Until we need to get the consistency in our candidates to ensure, say, we are building on what he has done to win election. By the time we got to 2016, everybody in this country, just as it happened for Atamils in 2008, everybody in this country was ready for another Dankwa Akufo-Addo presidency because they have heard his message, they know him, they've seen him, we have a similar scenario as a new patriotic party in the 2028 elections. Now, the Amaya unlike in the past, Omampeni was no ever 2 terms in Tinka. After the first attempt by Bawumia, he will be going against an incumbent president. We have a president who will be exiting after the 2008 elections. It is a NDC for Pew. Here first timer. No, I'll be running 2028 elections. That is where the MPP's advantage is. An NDC first timer versus a Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is a well-established politician, well-known. Every Ghanaian in everywhere in this country knows his name, knows his face, knows his message, his vision, what he represents. That is the winnable candidate in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Then the third point, which is the third leg, the formidability of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. As a party, you hear Kendinia or the temperament, ne vision, ne temperament, ne character, ne suni ne bino, yet the Ghana for Bejina Wawa too. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in this country will be able to say, open or my way more politician or yet precise in terms of or to me ascertain when the bill leads more Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And that is why, as a vice president, you didn't know come on sometimes people say as an honorary Omampeni. It is because some of the most transformational, difficult decisions and combined with a bit taking 50 years, 60 years a bit taking. His assertive decision making character led him to stand firm and took those decisions without any aggression against anybody. And today, Ghana has become a model for so many African countries and even some first world countries as such. When Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia realized, when Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia realized, Opemfo a worker na hematibe to MBA do Ghana ha utumi isane say hospital and health center na nyamuja amfama no. When Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia realized, on my way mu obi tumi yare ayemachetre na the health facility bi de bi owo asoti edro bi na wewu no. And then he noticed, okay, what is the cause? I'm saying, I don't say the road is bad. Interview or what kind of answer now be in the health center. Now the number the district hospital. I beg you, Mujano. They will work on so. Okay, it means I would have to construct all the roads in all our communities before we can solve that problem. That is something that is not possible immediately. So Dr. Bawumia sat there and said, how do we fix this whilst we work on the long-term solution? And then he went and introduced the zip line drone system. I ne meno kasi se owoka obi e wo Busa South. Na se eye anti-snake a drone kwa no here hu hia so bewu because drone ebe deliver man in minutes. I ne awo eka oba e wo ne kura se ayemache 2. Na se awaka no na bibi eye na wa shorty moja drone e di moja ekwakoma no. Embra ode sade we buy no. NDC for can say, in fact, NDC women organizer can say, and yeah, the papa biana, and yeah, they are baby mahu we. That's what he said. Today, even the United Kingdom, UK, I say, you know, Masha here, or more yet, if anything, zipline drone system to deliver health services to their country. UK, I feel no Masha here. As I speak to you, you never did dance here say, I dear Bakwa Babe Boya Maya, speedy up the formalization of our economy. The national ID system. National ID system is okay history. It dates back to Gold Coast independence time. You can't mind you. Or man penny for by or by activity here. Or my yeah. To me it took Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to come and ensure say the national ID system, which is a far advanced ID system than even the ID cards UK name US citizens. No. That is what he's introduced into this country. And today, look at how it is transforming our economy. And then, your friend is saying Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, are driving a lot of young people who have become young CEOs or more e-commerce, running businesses online, because of the establishment of the national identification system, which has led to integration and synchronization of all databases. And now, national identification card number, and a senator number. And your tax ID number, and I do register with business, and I be your bank account, and it be into a confidence number for young people to even sit at their homes and run businesses and still do well. That is the kind of transformational leader Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is. And remember, say, Sanyama we are making one seminar. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they were not popular ideas because any car coin, any school dying, any market, any hospital na wusi. Into nipa no find me into it takes a while. Unia kukudro, unya decisive and assertive. Untumi nyasa akukudro no find yet sa implementation. And that is the kind of character we have in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. For us as a political party, there is no single individual that has taken on the NDC, our opponent, like Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has. And until I know say NDC for ammunitions near arsenals near Mount Toko in the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. In fact, if you am man penny Mahama Baby, how many times and what you say will be Kasa Waka, Mahama, Nana, Jane, Abaida. Baba Kwame, couldn't say never your position cray. Friend is in general phone is or better Soka, a Kufado Bawumia government, a Kufado Bawumia government, a Kufado Bawumia government. Why? Because Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has always been a thorn in the flesh of the NDC. Always, all the time. He is the only MPP person without doubt to say he takes the fight to the NDC. And that is the kind of leader that a new patriotic party across the country we are looking for. Yenina are responsible for the future and fortunes of our party. As a party people, all of us from the polling station, electoral area, constituency, national, regional, we win together, we lose together. We only need a leader or a level-headed or a sober to be able to drive everybody around the flag of the MPP and appeal to the non-MPP 9% in this country to vote for our party to come to power in the next 2028 elections. You know, his formidability, he is winnable, he is the most prepared. For me, are the three crucial elements a properly Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ahead of all the others going into the elections. And see, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's prime is not very running. It's not just about MPP. It is also as much as about the people of this country as it is about the new patriotic party. Because you see, we are 2-in-1. Me no can say candidates almost running now. Why not articulate clear-cut vision for the people of this country? None. But open for our microphone. Now see from Kwabeka Junction, trust whether the business the Dr. Bawumia or bad, then Obayama teacher for they will tell you. Then Obayama nice for they will tell you. Then Obayama my friend is saying minus they will tell you, because he has taken his time over the period to articulate what his vision is for the people of this country. Debi Amasama can say we have in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a fine balance between a technocrat and a politician. Adebia, we have been missing for a very long time as a country. The closest I buy towards getting that was Professor Mills. When to me and 8 years in Amanye and Kwankusi. We have in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that fine balance between a thoroughbred politician and a well cut out technical man who is hands-on or see a jumanase. What to know when she was say the new Ghana now done in Niswa or Peso de Bano is going to facilitate it, accelerate it, and make sure say in the next few years, say you about UK, you about America, you about Germany, you about Finland, Ghana, you bet me just as BBC air reported drone services UK almost use Ghana as in front of honor. That is where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants to push us. And as a country, I think that from Mampini Mahama Bay in the area, we have a fine opportunity to also see what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has to offer for this country. We don't lose anything. Say, Papi Amaye who clearly say, as a Mampini Abeditiano, Unyahwa Queen of maybe. Because Kakeo to me as a vice president, it's evident for all of us. Okay. Mahama any area, let's give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia also an opportunity to also do it for us. We do this for our future. We do this for our children. We do this for the generations that are behind us. Voting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and it is not for those of us who are alive today. It is for our children, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old, the children unborn who are looking forward to come into the Ghana that is already ready to compete with other countries across the globe. And the leader that can deliver that to us is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that is why we need to say in the midst of all the noise, and party people are clear in their minds. Say, we have been in this situation before. When we encountered this in 2008 after our loss, and the between 2008 before we came to power, that is what we are going to use as an experience and double it up so that 2028 CMI the best opportunity. We can take advantage. NDC are bringing a new candidate. Why would you also want to bring a new candidate? Where is your advantage? NDC kophobia will be any mono. Into what advantage in would you be any mono beba preko? Send a bayer, you bet me say 10 steps. Answer no more candidates in the 2 or 6 dada. Because our candidate is already known. We have the biggest opportunity to come to power faster in 2028 with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia than any other person. Obia to me yamani, obia to me bamani, but ye petumi dia, and then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia brakwane. Okay, mama na was no me say nyampa ma ya now the yenchia so ama no. Me so me da sisi na nyame hira o ma no. Onhira won so, owura Dennis Miracle Aboagye and ye ne no atwetwe nkom. Okay, 101.7 so e dima His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
OKFM 101.7.